Hey everyone, welcome to the video. My name is Maestro and let's talk football. So, PSG nil, Bayern 1. This is my post-match reaction to the game. Can give my thoughts on it and on the future of the leg. Bayern beat PSG in the Parc des Princes, PSG's home. My prediction, I believe, was 2-1 to Bayern. I guess it's as close as you can get. 1-0. I'll take that. The game kind of went how I went, and yeah, I want to talk for the rest of the video about my thoughts on the game and kind of give my thoughts about how the second leg could go also. So let's talk in general about the game in general, how I think it went. So Bayern kind of just dominant, throughout the entirety of the game, as opposed to like the last 15 minutes. Just Bayern looked like the far more disciplined, far more coached team, far more better team in general. Their passing was just a lot better. They took control of the game. And PSG just found it hard to just kind of get a foot in. Where I think the game was won and lost was the midfield. PSG's biggest issue is their midfield. The defense I don't think is great. I think it's very bad. But their midfield is by far for me their number one issue. They don't have the they either don't have the quality of players or the right coaching to get that midfield to be calm, collected, to gain control, to put men in there to support each other and kind of get out of tight situations. Because when I look on the other side, you have Kimmich and Goretzka, who I thought just kind of dominated this game, especially Kimmich. He had a great time and was allowed to do what he wanted to do, which is just kind of control the tempo, play a few passes to initiate some form of play and kind of get the game going. And on the defensive side, he would then recover the ball and be persistent and be kind of a menace. The amount of times I saw Verratti just lose the ball, Pereira was just dreadful. He was always found in no man's land, going into where he should not go, where he's just being cornered. Soler, how dreadful was he? He had no impact on the game. I have no notes on Soler. He was nothing. Zaire Emery, he's a 16-year-old, which by the way, that's an absolutely amazing 16-year-old playing in the Champions League match. So I'll let him off, but he was also not good. He was bad. But then let's talk about the last 15 minutes, which I think a lot of people kind of noticed. Vitinha came on, Ruiz came on, and of course Mbappe came on, and Kimpembe came on. It was a different game. We saw how Bayern could be exposed. We saw a formula to beat them. We saw Nuno Mendes, who I thought for 70 minutes was just dreadful. And in the last 20 minutes, he really turned it up. He turned it up straight to 100, and he was rapid, he was fast, he was decisive, and his service was really good. And I felt like in the last 15 minutes, PSG were kind of unlucky to not get a goal. That they did score a goal offside by inches. Mendes made some great play to put Messi in, and it was blocked, just last minute blocked by Pavard. So I guess that's kind of my take on the whole game as a whole. Whilst I do think Bayern did dominate this game, they clearly looked like the better team, and they kind of exposed their midfield more than, just as much as they've been exposed the entire season. PSG, there is hope. There is something there to build on at the Allianz Arena. Because I will say, I don't think Bayern are as good as we think they are. I'm not sure how good people think they are. They are a good, disciplined, mature team, but they do lack some sort of creative edge. And I think they can, you can go at this team. Teams like City, teams like Arsenal and Napoli on this form, and teams like Barcelona, United, and all other teams in Europe, they could really damage this team. I feel like Bayern aren't special. I would not be surprised at all if they go to the Allianz and win. But I want to take a second now to talk about the issues with PSG. We just kind of dipped in with it. Their midfield, I already spoke about it, but just to sum up, they cannot control the ball for a second. This is a midfield that just got completely exposed by what a top midfield looks like, which is Kimmich and Goretzka. Those two are top class players, especially Kimmich. I love Kimmich. I'm such a huge fan. And they really exposed players like Verratti and Pereira. Especially, look, Verratti is a player you can build on, and you can make it work because he is a fine player, and at his best, he is world class. Pereira is a lost cause. The amount he seemed very much out of place in this game. He looked like he didn't belong. He looked like he belonged in a mid-table league match. This is the Champions League round of 16 against Bayern Munich. He did not look like he belonged. Other issue. Look, I have criticized PSG's defense many times this season. I won't criticize them now, except for that one goal, because I felt like, apart from the Coleman goal, which was just a huge blunder by Mendes and Sawyer, I think they were actually pretty damn good defensively. And I think Ramos played his best game of the season. Marquinhos was okay, but also good. Hakimi was terrible. I would say that he was very immature, I feel like, in his defensive duties. He was just kind of out of place and a bit too reckless, and I think he made the right choice taking him off for Kimpembe. I don't think he kind of brought anything. Offensively, he was struggling, and yeah, I mean, I think it was the right choice to take him out. But listen, it is Hakimi. I think you bring him back and kind of give him another go. But yeah, so the defense, as bad as it has been this season, I think it was actually pretty good this season. It just, once again, I come back to it's the midfield. It's far too bad. It's not knowing it good enough, and they need to improve. And let's talk about Neymar. Look, just quick word on Messi. I thought he played well, Messi. I thought he protected the ball at most times. There were one or two times where he did lose the ball, where he was kind of cornered, and that's kind of a pip to Bayern Munich for always kind of closing them down, not giving them time. But I think most of all, he handled the pressure well, Messi, and was able to initiate certain plays. And I thought it was an okay game for him. Neymar, this game kind of summed up his time at PSG. Look, at PSG, we have seen Neymar do some amazing things. He's been fantastic at times and world class and just otherworldly. But he was brought. Look, Messi was brought here to win the Champions League, yes, but he's 35. He has nothing to prove. Neymar is the one with something to prove. He won the Champions League, yes, but that was on the helms of Messi and Iniesta and Xavi and Rakitic and Suarez. Neymar came here to take this side to a Champions League. He got close to a final, but in that final he played terribly. And we come back to this game, he was just... I mean, he is Neymar Jr., but it's not far off to say he was a nuisance. He took away from the team more than he gave to it. He was way off. His passing was dreadful. His decision making was terrible. He was not alert at all. He got caught out so many times. And genuinely just a bad game. And I don't know what's going on with Neymar. Maybe it is just he's entering a period where he is deteriorating, but he needs to step it up. He needs to be who he is if PSG are to achieve something special. They need him. Mbappe, when he came on, I thought he was good. I mean, look, of course PSG are better with Mbappe, the same way they're better with Messi. It's just the fact that when he came on, there is the other threat. Before he was on, there was no one up front. I don't know what Galier's plan was, but there was no one up front. He came on, there was a danger up there now. There was a worry of a Messi ball into Mbappe running in behind lines, which happened a few times, as well as with Mendes down on the left, kind of working with him to be dangerous, which is where the danger came in the last 15 minutes. So just with all of that said, if you start Vitinha, if you start Ruiz, if you take Pereira and Soler out and just throw them in the bin, no offense, and of course you start Mbappe, you bring him back to half, because I mean the second leg is in, I think, like 3 weeks, so there's some time. You do that, then you can recover this tie. I genuinely feel like I would not be surprised if PSG go to the Allianz and win. Not at all. Let's not forget the away goal rule is gone. So if it's 2-1, it's going to extra time. Sorry, if it's like actually the away goal is just one away goal. So and PSG have to score anyway, so it's kind of mute. But yeah, listen, I do think this Bayern team can be beaten. This Bayern team, I love Kimmich. I think Cancelo is a great transfer. I'm a fan of Upamecano, Goretzka, and Coman and Musiala. But I think this team can be beaten. I don't think it takes much to beat this team. If PSG just get themselves together and get if they just get a solid midfield performance where they are secure, focused, and don't get caught out, I think they win. So, as good, look, Pips to Coman, man of the match, 100%. He was fantastic. Musiala, I love watching him play. He is one for the future, and I kind of can't wait to see how he continues to develop. And Kimmich, of course, is my favorite player in this Bayern team. This is a fine team, but a team that I feel like lacks creativity and can be caught out. And if the PSG just get their ducks in order, that can happen. And my early prediction is it will happen. Apart when I first thought about my prediction for the for the next leg, I'm thinking Bayern Munich are far too mature, far too focused to lose such a lead at their home. But look, I feel like at that point we'll have Mbappe back to full fitness. Messi too. He just came back from injury as well. Verratti, of course, he is also, and Vitinha. Those two were kind of were question marks for this game. If they get all these things together, if Galtier gets a focused midfield, they can get them to work together. If you play Vitinha, Verratti, and look, they needed a defensive midfield in there, so I guess Pereira maybe needs to play. But if you can get Pereira to get support from his other two to get him focused enough for 90 minutes, and just have the defense play the same way they did last time, except be more alert, then listen, I think they can win. And that's just my 2 cents on it. I do plan on making a video on Neymar specifically, talk about him in more detail sometime in the future, so look out for that. But yeah, that's the video for now. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. That's my thoughts on the game. Let me know what you guys think down below. Please like if you enjoyed, and please subscribe for more. See you later.